Hello and welcome to the Hat Chat podcast. This week, your hosts are the same as every week.
That's crazy. That is really new.
But just in case you're hopping in at this point because you're just mindlessly doom scrolling on Spotify, which is a weird thing to do.
Yeah.
Stick to social media, mate.
It's not my chosen doom scroller, but yeah.
Chris Trott is me.
Hi,
I'm
Chris
me.
Trott. I'm Ross Hornby.
Hi, I'm Alex Smith, and that was Dib Schwart.
Oh, Dibs what? Dibs
Nice
what?
pronunciation. Thank you for the finger.
Dib.
Whole one at the end with a bit of alien talk in it as well.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay, wow. Okay.
Well, I'm excited. I'm on
Teased
board.
it to the end.
Suddenly,
Yeah.
I'm
We all
bored.
have to go wait until the end now. That's
You do.
crazy.
Thank you. They gave us multiple versions, and I chose the one with alien talk on top.
Good. And hopefully this one won't give us a little copyright strike.
No, they
It
did.
happened
They did
last time. They
offer
apologised.
one of their own songs, original songs, but I opted for the finger.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the finger works. Yeah.
just in case we get copyright.
It's YouTube's fault. It's YouTube being YouTube, you know.
Silly buggers. Anyway,
Very silly buggers.
thanks for sending your fingers in. If you would
Indeed.
like to send a musical masterpiece to us, of course, our email is hatchat@hat-films.com. It's also a great place to just ask us how you're doing and stuff like that.
Don't do
And-
that.
No,
Don't do that. Don't
do
invite
It's a
that.
joke.
It hasn't happened yet.
Hasn't happened.
Doesn't
yet.
mean it should start, though.
They will start. It happened back in the day. People used to abuse
When we
it.
did Hat Daddies, that was...
When we opened it
Well, that
up
was
to
because we were
Hat
doing like an agony aunt thing, and that
We
was
were.
our own.
But
fault.
now that 0 Degrees is the job.
Yeah, they can.
So
You
that's
send it
fine.
to 0 Degrees. That's Ravs's and Harry's
Lydia
and
and
Lydia's
Harry's.
podcast. You go to them.
Go
for
to
some
them for that.
crazy stories or real stories, which are always sometimes sad.
But do send hilarious news to us.
Yes, please do, because it's quite
Especially
hard
ones
to
that
find
don't hit the
funny news.
headlines. The localized stuff is quite funny
Yeah.
sometimes.
It's hard to find funny news.
It's
Like
always
funny
quite morbid.
news. It's either morbid or this one was kind of funny, I suppose.
Oh, let's kick it off with that.
Oh,
then,
okay,
Ross.
but this one, the headline is "Man removed from American Airlines flight for farting excessively," which
Can
is
I
just
have a quick personal story?
okay.
Because that's reminded me of what just happened this morning.
Oh, this
I
morning.
went on a photo shoot. Very fancy. I won it we went to a wedding fair and won it in a raffle.
Nice.
So I went to this photography thing with me and my fiance, and we had a little shoot done. And they got us excited and stuff. They're like, "Oh, lean into each other, start pushing, so they can get some authentic reactions and stuff." I farted so loudly, and it's like a really
When you
echo-
leaned in. As you leaned in, you farted.
so loudly.
Yeah.
And she paused because she was like
The photographer.
trying to get us excited. The photographer was trying to get excited. I was excited. I said, yeah, go on, lean into it. And I went, ah, like really loud. And she paused. "Oh, okay, yeah, keep going."
Oh my god! Did you just laugh it off?
You didn't even laugh it off.
No, I was like
Did you giggle?
into trying to win the pushing contest.
So did you just let it go? So
Oh,
nobody
yeah.
was unaddressed?
Yeah, unaddressed.
Oh,
So you were essentially.
no.
So was it a case of you squeezed the fart?
I got too into it.
Because I've
Into
done that
the-
with Murph before. He squeezed his belly.
It was the pressure of pushing, which also fucked my back up. I think that's might have been what
You
did
fired
that.
your back into disrepair.
My back was already fucked. It wasn't the start of the fuckery,
Yeah.
but
Jesus.
yeah.
So I feel
That's-
like the only way to address a fart is to laugh about it
Yeah,
because
we were the whole thing was a laugh.
What if it's so stinky that it makes you
I
feel
was
sick?
already
was it
laugh-
smelly?
No, it wasn't actually. It was just like a load of air.
I guess
Thankfully.
that's
Yeah,
good then.
yeah.
Win-win.
Yeah, no
like
smell.
it's funny and you
Aren't disgusted by the
because
smell.
when they smell bad,
It's
is-
sometimes so bad. Like, and it's just like, whoa.
Do we stop the
That's-
photo shoot now?
Like, I don't want them to breathe.
Yeah, everyone out.
To breathe that.
Call the fire alarm.
Like
This is a disaster.
I'm like, we shouldn't be in here right now because you're
also,
like.
I got another personal story. I dropped my AirPod down the elevator shaft this morning.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. It popped out.
Nightmare.
Went down the hole.
Just fell out of my pocket.
hell, man? Today
the
was
thing opened up, and
calamity.
then one of them just went down the hole in the elevator shaft. TJ came to my aid, got a
Amazing.
measuring tape, bit of sticky tape on the end, and then.
That's the kind of-
Anyway,
MacGyvered the shit out of that AirPod, and
He
you got
did.
it back.
I got it back. It's incredible. But
because I think individual AirPod loss is not covered.
Well, no, that's
You have
the
to
thing.
return
They're so
the
expensive.
object.
Those things aren't cheap, man. Like,
it's so expensive. But anyway,
So fucking great job.
how it
TJ.
ties into the farting
Yeah.
is we both went down there and someone had dropped a fucking bomb in the toilet. And it was literally
oh, the one there right next to the
right
lift.
next to the doors. And there were
Oh,
people coming past
God, no.
gagging. Oh, what is that? It's disgusting.
That I do reserve.
And
I
so
didn't. It wasn't me. Sorry, just to clarify. It wasn't.
wasn't
But
you.
I do reserve that toilet for shitting
Big
if I
shits.
need to. Because
That's
you know
the
where poison
entrance,
the
Ross.
So downstairs, that's the one.
I can't remember. I can't remember the last time I had a shit at work.
No, it's been a while, but like that, if I'd had to, that's the one.
It's quite barbaric to do
But
it.
it doesn't normally
It's the
stink
entrance.
out
The
whole-
problem is, it's a communal area. Like, it's not even associated with whatever work culture you've got
Do
within
you
your
use the
individual
disabled
offices.
toilets?
Like, well, the problem is below.
Is that
we've
immoral?
got the Chorizo Meat
No.
Tasters Association beneath us, haven't we? So I prefer if they stuck to their floor because they stink out their toilets. But no, we're all using the communal entrance, and every day I have to walk in and inhale
No,
the
it doesn't smell that
stank.
bad all the time.
But what I'm saying is,
Rare.
I don't think we should socialise the use of public toilets for shit, like public toilet
It's not
areas
public
for
toilet.
shitting.
It's just an office
But
toilet.
when a
for the
person comes
building.
into your office now, they're more likely.
Yeah, but I'd rather it not
to
be
take
this
a
top
whiff.
part. Don't you think? It's the lesser
I know,
of two
because-
evils. It's the lesser of two evils. You can
Yeah,
either do
because
it the
then
one
we
in the
have to
hallway
open up to
where
everybody else.
everyone you know can smell it, or going upstairs where anyone is anyone's game.
Yeah, but that's guaranteeing that everyone plus the
everyone
rest of the
smells it.
office.
You can't attribute
Smells
that
it.
to you. So
I'd
that's
rather
fine.
make-
Right.
I'd rather make the shitty smell that we create our own problem than everybody else's problem to save face amongst ourselves.
Yeah. There's two
I
different
feel like that's a
perspectives here,
different. Yeah, this is what I'm getting at.
I think
you
we should
understand
be
what I mean.
using that one down there because no one's going to know.
He can
No
do it
one's gonna know.
anonymous. He's doing an anonymous drop.
Well, because
but-
it's gross. Because whenever you bring anyone into your office or whatever, so we don't
so
do
rare.
this, but say you're
It's so
bringing
rare.
like new business into your office, we are guaranteed an increased incidences of people creating stinky shit down in that hallway because of
I'll
that.
point out mine are never that bad. Like, I've not had a gagger.
You're the fan.
I haven't had gaggers.
You can't guarantee it, though.
in
can't
terms of like,
guarantee it's-
whoa, like that's, oh, what did I have
God.
yesterday? I
You
don't know.
can't, you can't gleefully go downstairs to the bottom floor knowing this isn't going to smell.
No, you can't guarantee it, but like at the same time, it's just like, yeah, I've never been down there. I've not experienced walking past it and like wanting to throw up.
I've already told them about the flight back from Las Vegas on this podcast, haven't I? The bit where I had with the shitty-
Yeah, you did.
because I don't want to go back through it again.
But we've
Okay.
got the passenger from the news.
So yeah,
last
so
week.
here we go. Back to what sparked this
God,
conversation.
that was such a great
This
circle.
flight was recently
Yeah.
delayed after a disgruntled passenger farted and was removed from the plane.
Just
This
one
was.
big fart, was it? You didn't follow through or anything.
I don't
chance.
think so. I don't think it was. I mean, I don't know if they followed through. It just says fart. It just says this past Sunday I was on a direct American flight from Phoenix to Austin, and I was seated near the row where this situation occurred. I'm simply sharing this because it's somewhat entertaining. And no, I did not film anything. He said he observed the man was audibly
what would you
disgruntled
fucking
about
see?
something.
He's farting.
You just
He's not
met-
using a
yeah, but like-
flamethrower.
There he is.
Have you been on a
post-fart.
plane where someone else is? Obviously, you
Oh
have.
no, sorry,
but
sorry.
like,
It's horrendous. What I'm saying though, him saying, "Oh, sorry, I didn't film it." I'm like, well, it wouldn't have given us much more information, would
yeah,
it?
of course,
Like,
yeah, filming.
There he
just farted.
Got him.
you
Yeah, it's not.
can't-
It's,
you can't
it's not a
see.
freak out. It's not like someone going nuts and getting dragged off a plane. Well, they're actually saying they might have got dragged off the plane. I don't know if that was. So several minutes passed and the majority of the people are seated but still hadn't left the gate. I overhear him loudly say, "You thought that was rude? Well, what about this smell?" and farted. So he did it as a like a bit.
And then he got
You thought that was rude? What about this?
So
Like a
but
cartoon.
excessive farting is the use of the word excessive here that I find funny. Like, so there was one fart, two fart, but it just became so because it can't have been
That
one.
guy did it on demand as a troll afterwards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But is that just one fart? Because
That's-
excessive farting to me is like after being asked to stop farting.
He continued
You continue
to fart
to fart.
excessively.
For me, like one fart is not enough.
Well, what if the fart's really long? Is that
It's
becoming
like a long,
excessive?
like a.
What if it's like minutes long? Yeah.
That is
Where
excessive.
it's
I'd be like, this guy's got a leak.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like-
or a really tight bum hole.
Under 10 seconds, that would not be excessive.
Like
but
when you lose
past that.
tiny little bit of air from a balloon.
Yeah, exactly. Or like one
Yeah.
of those rocket balloons.
Yeah, but that might be a measured fart. Have you ever tried to do a fart where you've just tried to get out a little bit?
Not
Just
in
just
my adult.
rather than have a. You want to
There's a technique to it,
Like a-
obviously, is to peel back
Yeah.
one cheek.
peel. The use of the word peel there is insane. Peel back a cheek.
It's quite a visual, isn't it?
Well, why are you peeling your cheeks? It implies that there's wetness.
I take the shotgun approach to farts. I like them to be as fast and loud as I can.
Done.
Yeah. Like
Fuck.
if I know I've got the air,
That is
there,
dangerous.
I'll be like, I'll stop.
That's
tense
dangerous as
up,
hell.
And then, boom, and then like that's how I go for it. But like,
You could so easily follow through on that. You gotta be careful.
I can tell. I'm a very windy guy. You know, like
There
I'm quite
could be
gassy.
some stuff up there that's.
Due to my wheat intolerance, I'm often very gassy, and so
Good.
I know when it's.
We know.
I know. Yeah, I know when
We
it's
know.
an air-based one, and I know when there's something in the chamber. You know, I know when there's a torpedo loaded, and I know when we're just.
There can always
testing.
be a nugget in there that's just
No.
hanging around.
You'll never beat a dog's fart
I've,
by smell. For smell.
I'm not trying to beat it for smell, for sound. I don't.
Smell. It's unreal. In a negative way.
It's so disgusting.
It's just
So
that makes you want to throw up.
Can you describe it?
Not really. It's just it makes you want it. It brings on that gag. Like,
Eyes watering.
eyes watering. Like fuck.
Why did you
You've
do
got to
that?
open a window. It's
Why?
like Jesus. He doesn't know either. He doesn't know he's done it.
Does it smell just like dog shit, or does it smell different?
Doesn't smell like dog shit. It just smells. It's like
Why do you like this so much,
the
Smith?
back of the throat kind of it hits the
Every
back of the throat.
time
It's
he
kind
always
of
like inquires more and starts fucking laughing to himself.
oh, and it's just so vile. And if you have a dog or you've experienced dog farts, you know that there can be some of the worst things. And the thing is, like, they're silent but deadly.
Yeah.
They're not
Of
always
course they
loud.
are.
Like sometimes he does a little guff and he like, looks around and he's like thinks it's someone else. It's like, no, it was you, buddy.
Mochi only farts noticeably when she's anxious.
Oh,
When
right.
she's worried about something, you can hear her stomach just gurgling.
Yeah.
Like when you're brushing your teeth
Yeah.
and you're getting too far back, you can hear her stomach going like, she's fucking panicked about this toothbrush. Farts.
Whilst so you're probably holding her while she farts.
No, she's very good with toothbrushing.
Yeah.
She like puts her hands up, paws, sorry.
That's crazy.
She doesn't have hands.
Hands up. Show
On the
me your
little
hands.
shower tray, and she's like, brush my teeth. It's very
Oh,
cute.
really?
It's very cute.
Oh, nice.
She comes in next to me when I'm brushing my teeth. And I brush her teeth, but she gets worried as soon as I start. She's like, oh, fuck, I know it tastes good, but I didn't realise you'd be brushing with that same thing you do every day.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah,
She's
but
so-
have you
she's pretty
squeezed
dumb.
her belly before and it did a fart?
No.
Yeah, that's happened to Murph a couple of times. It's quite
I
fun.
feel
I
like-
think I find it
I
interesting.
didn't squeeze it
because,
hard. It was just like a gentle.
Like, I'm not a dog owner, and for me, like the farts and the dog poop and all that stuff, it's obviously disgusting, like
Yeah.
horrendous. Like,
Yeah.
and so, but I just want to
Properly.
hear that quantified. I guess
That visceral reaction.
and obviously, like Ross is talking about it, it's very funny as well. But like,
Gross.
I also
is
just
gross.
kind of like to just hear people. I think there's a lot of. I think people presume that people understand every perspective or way of seeing things, and I know I don't, because I feel oft times people are like,
So you think that people...
well, you don't get this at all, do you? And I'm like, no, can you explain it to me?
So you're doing quite a selfless surface, really, for all those other people out there that haven't experienced it.
maybe no,
You're
no,
getting
selfish.
that information.
No. I want the information. I want it.
I was giving you a
giving you a
platform
of
there.
course, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like. I think admitting the selfishness is almost more noble than to take the free selflessness.
No, it's quite obviously selfish, the amount of gratification you get from it.
Yeah, and what in terms of laughing?
Yeah. You fucking love it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No, it's-
dog farts can really change the mood in the room.
Yeah, I mean smells in general, right? Smells are
Sure.
a huge thing.
But like, it's not like a baked good. It's like it's a
No,
horrible,
I mean,
disgusting.
that's what I
Sometimes it
mean.
is.
So it's just like if you were like doing
Yeah.
something, it's just like it changes everything.
Yeah.
If
Your
you
mood
were
is gone.
almost about to bust a nut and then that whiff comes in, and then you blow it to the smell of your dog's
You might get an associative...
What's that smell?
What's the...
It's not me, I promise.
There's an associative reflex. What's it called?
Gag reflex.
No, not gag reflex.
What?
Where you associate
Disgust
a smell with like a
response.
memory, and then it's permanently linked.
Oh,
Oh, I see. Like
shit.
with
So
like
what if you're banging
so
away
how
and
I
then suddenly
can't
that
drink
smell?
sambuca anymore, for example.
Yeah.
Oh
Right, okay.
yeah, like a disgust response to that.
It's not a Freudian. No, that's a Freudian slip.
A Pavlovian.
Pavlovian.
Pavlovian
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where you have like a
Yeah,
visceral
but that has to happen
reaction.
It's a-
like a lot
Yeah.
to kind of ingrain it. But you
But
could, I
what
guess you'd be
if-
traumatized. You
what
have
if
PTSD from a moment where it's like, last time I was having
It can.
doing
It
something,
can.
the stink of a fart.
It could
ruined
happen
it.
enough though, where the dog is confused, thinks it's training, that every time you bust a nut, he farts.
Oh,
So then you get that Pavlovian
there's got to
response.
be a
You can
cue in
only
there.
nut.
There's got to be a cue.
It's conditioning.
Yeah, then
That's
you
it, you need it.
condition each other.
Yeah, it's conditional like psychology. Like,
That's good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Murph.
You condition
Like
each
they
other.
Condition each other.
You're
One
in a
triggers the other.
self-perpetuating conditioning.
That's terrible.
You need somebody to intervene.
You'd have to. That would have to be very regular for that to become
Yeah.
a Pavlovian response.
But
yeah, that's
if
when it's clearly a problem.
Yeah.
Also, some people, would have to go through like extreme psychological reconditioning to like stop that. That's when you need to
Why?
hit the mushrooms hard because you've created such strong neural pathways.
Yeah, but I like it.
Well, lucky you. Lucky you, I guess, because you've got a farty dog.
I'm a fan.
What happens when you lose your farty dog? Do you start?
no.
Yeah, I'm
Shit.
gonna have to
They're not
start
training.
myself.
I'm gonna have to become a breeder because I
The
need.
first one was lucky training. Now I have to put this training into a new dog.
It's a horrible situation to get yourself into, but
Really
you know,
is, yeah.
well, we've come up
It's
with a
gross.
great, lovely thing. Any more news out there?
Different news, or because I mean, this one just goes
Or
on about
different from
how
conditioning
gross
yourself
this
to
guy is. It's
Ejaculate to
just
dog
this-
farts.
I think it kind of sums itself up with just the title. The
Yeah,
guy
he farts a lot,
excessively and
gets taken off the plane.
gets taken off the plane.
It's just there's a whole story where they're saying, you know, he's farting and calling people rude and low class. I'm dying.
He's calling them low class. And
Yeah, he's just
using
farting
farts
as a
weapon.
response, like a comedy kind of.
Also, that's kind of funny to call somebody low class.
Yeah, well, you're the one
Who the
farting.
fuck? Who, also,
You're
who,
farting
yeah.
on the plane. Like,
You're
yeah,
so
yeah.
low class.
Such a low class piece of trash.
You're
It's
low
like the
class piece of
South Park
shit.
episode. It's literally
Yeah, it's
what are they called? Terrence and
Terrence and Phillip.
Terrence and Phillip. Yeah.
When people are backed into a corner and get defensive is when people are most fucking stupid, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like when people are willing to die on the hill that they've got themselves into. It's like, well, I'm not. I'll fart again.
Well, I'm like,
Fuck
what?
you all, you're a lower class.
Yeah,
It's like
a bit
you
like
just look like a fucking idiot.
that
It's-
manifest guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't touch my penis. Oh, you know.
Well, he was
you're
trying to
doing
plead
well.
insanity. I think he was going for that,
Oh, I see. He was going
angle.
Right.
and
I didn't
it
really-
failed.
What was the
Context.
charge?
Wasn't he trying to steal? Was he running? I don't really know.
It was. I think it was something to do with eating a meal.
Yeah, a Chinese succulent Chinese meal.
succulent Chinese meal.
Great clip.
But he was mistaken
Meal.
for like a guy that they were on the hunt for as like
Oh.
a boss of some sort of mafia-esque.
Like a boss.
But it wasn't him. However, they also found out that he was a criminal for something else and got him anyway.
Something about I think
Yeah.
that was it. Because originally I was just like, if this dude's entirely innocent, this is just unbelievably fantastic.
But no,
But no, he is also kind of a bit
credit
of a con
card fraud
man.
apparently.
Yeah, con
something
man.
like that. Bit of a con man.
I
Yeah.
see.
Get your
Enjoying a
hands
meal
off
on somebody
my
else's credit card, probably.
penis.
Do you watch Formula One?
Oh, all the
There's
time.
been a like this is
Tell
as
me
new as
something I
yesterday.
don't
So
know.
Alpha Tauri
Yeah.
have rebranded their name for 2024,
To what?
and it's just really long-winded.
To
So
Cash App.
to
That's an ad.
to Visa Cash App RB Formula One team.
Seriously,
Yeah.
that was a joke. What I
No,
just
that's what they've renamed it as.
There's literally Cash App in there.
It's called Visa Cash App RB
Fuck me, how much
Formula
did
One
they
team.
invest in that company, Cash App?
A lot
to
of
get
money.
that
They've put a
name?
fucking shit ton of money in. Yeah.
Alpha Tauri was kind of a cool name, but now it's
Yeah,
just three different
it's just one of those
sponsors.
things. Yeah, it just takes someone, you know.
Visa.
Could be Dildos RS if they have the money. I'm sure that you would have a brand. Yeah, I'm sure there'd be brand
Apparently
sensitivity
RB
before you
is
just go.
racing
Actually, no, we've got
balls."
Dildos RS on top. They're giving us almost $1 billion, so we're just gonna fucking take their money and put Dildos RS on our fucking
That's
cars.
really lame, isn't
Which,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Visa Cash App RB.
There's enough decals on the car itself for
Yeah.
then like the title of the brand to be changed
We
to
don't
a
even
sponsor.
have Cash App
The
here, do
the
we?
gold rush of F1 has begun. I think that's what
Yeah.
we're seeing here with people like Red, with the Las Vegas stuff happening and
That's true.
their rampant expansion. I mean, the gold rush of sport, really. Like like a lot of sports are now like taking pretty, like they're taking all the Saudi money and all that sort of shit.
How
What
much?
have
Sorry,
you
it's
read?
just-
What have you read?
I just saw that. So I mean, that was just a little bit. We don't need to go too far into the
Yeah.
F1 stuff.
That's
Well,
pretty
I-
stupid.
if you've heard of it,
know.
you've heard of it.
We put our face on a bus, right?
Oh yeah, we did.
How much
we
would
should
it
do that
cost
again.
to put the Hat Films logo on a Formula One car?
Like
a
millions.
Ferrari.
Like millions.
Why,
I think
why
it's
do you
like-
have to
I think it's- I
specify?
think it's a lot
What's
of
the cheapest one? We can't afford
Like,
it.
it costs millions and millions just to, run
One
a team.
little decal.
Are you
I don't know,
serious?
there might
Are
be-
you serious? You actually think we could get a decal on an F1 car?
It'll be, and also you probably have to sign to a contract for X amount of years, and yeah.
What if
like,
it's
it'd be a lot of money.
What if it's a hidden one, like the inside of the petrol cap?
It'd be pointless, but it'll still probably cost money. A lot. Of money. Unless
It
you
was
just,
so
unless you can
expensive.
if you know a guy there and you just go, can you just draw a hat on there? Like that's a very different situation.
Yeah. And F1's one of the last places that they can advertise
Yeah, they'll
pretty
take-
much anything,
Yeah.
and always obscenely expensive things to people
Yeah.
that enjoy that hobby who are obscenely expensive.
How
Like,
much
Yeah.
is it to
So the
It's gonna
competition
fly
for
out.
advertising will be ridiculous.
sponsor on
Yeah.
a F1?
But if you've got the money, you can. Wasn't there that fake?
1 to 50
Red Bull
million a
company.
year.
50 mil.
1
Depends
to
on
1 to
ad.
50, depending on what the ad is. I'm sure.
fuck me. Like, what's the return on investment there?
Well, you
that's
gotta
the
wonder
point.
because when you think that there are people with OnlyFans like Amaranth or whatever earning 50 million in a year, she could put an ad on
That's
there.
a whole year's worth of work.
She could put but if it's what's the cheaper option? Just get a little logo on the tail fin or something. I don't know.
I think
On
it's
the-
about
on the
making
spoiler.
certain. It's not necessarily about creating new business. It's about maintaining business. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
the brands that do
Oh,
it
yeah.
are like legacy brands that want to
Like
maintain
Rolex and stuff,
presence
yeah, yeah.
within that
Yeah.
scene. Like, and they're the people spending
And
that
also
money.
cut down on their tax.
Yeah, I mean there'll be ad spends.
What do you mean cut down?
There'll be ad
What,
spends
using
for all
their
these
Make
marketing
companies.
less
budget.
profits.
Yeah, there'll be
Yeah,
ad
yeah,
spends
yeah.
for all these companies. They're all making silly money.
But that's not clever. That's just
No, it's
reducing
just
profits.
Do you know what is
the-
clever?
What?
This woman has stuffed her hamster to look like a pole dancer and even put notes in its G-string.
Oh, what a slutty fucking hamster.
What did that hamster do in life to deserve this in death?
It just
Fucking-
says,
oh God!
one pet owner has chosen a
can
much
see the
less traditional
picture.
pose for her beloved hamster
That's
after
fucked.
it passed away. They were devastated when her Roborovsky dwarf hamster, which are tiny fuckers, they are really dwarf hamsters, are
Yeah.
fucking horrible. If you can't sex them properly,
God.
they'll eat each other. They'll
Yeah,
fuck,
mine was a right little
reproduce
bastard.
and then eat the babies because I've seen it in first hand. I told you.
You first hand.
I have discussed
Yeah,
this
you have,
before.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gross. Saw little rib cages everywhere. It's weird.
Ugh.
It's pretty much like a scene in Alien.
But would
Anyway.
you rather that than this taxidermy
I
job?
wouldn't taxidermy my hamster into it. I mean, the image is quite hilarious.
Can
if
you
Google
describe it for our audio listeners?
Yeah, so there's a mirror disc on the floor
Tiny
with
one.
a tiny one with a pole coming out of the center, and there is
Yep.
a taxidermied hamster holding onto the pole,
Stood
with
up like a human.
with a pink thong on and two little printed out dollar notes in its G
Stuffed
string.
into the side of it. It's also got one of
and
its
its
hands
face,
up in the air.
its face is kind of given the feeling of
Perturbed.
like, yeah, you want this, don't you?
I don't know if it is giving
I
me
think
that. I'm not getting that.
I
You're
think-
getting
To
a
be fair, though, for a
different-
taxidermied pet, the eyes are quite good. And obviously they're probably
Do
just
you
little
reckon they
beads.
replace the eyes?
Oh god, yeah. Otherwise they would go
They'd melt.
weird.
I think I'd like to see lots of little hamster patrons like around the bottom of the
Making it rain.
Yeah, like around
Patrons,
the bottom.
yeah, they should get a collection of them. Make it an entire. Oh, it was so
A
morbid.
diorama.
But then I guess I mean, there are stately homes with animal heads on the walls, so it's
Do
like.
you reckon
well,
a hamster would gauge, like, they could see this taxidermy in the corner?
I feel
right?
like-
They see this from their little cage, and there's, like, a few audience members now, and they know they're next. And they're going to be, when they die, they're going to be in that diorama. Do you think they can process that?
no, no, I think that's. No, I don't think. I don't.
I don't know what situation you're even describing, but
Don't know the intelligence of a hamster, but I don't feel like they'll look at it and go, "Yeah, that's going to be me." Like, there's no fear. It's not like an effigy of like
I'm not sure
just
they
a
even
warning.
understand that they're looking at a show of other dead hamsters either. Like,
Yeah.
like
They're like, "When's my next meal?" Oh, it's over here. It's a little piece of plastic.
I'm cold.
Dead.
What's
Better
that-
dig into this.
what do you reckon
Bird?
that visual-
No, bird. Huh?
And their visual range is quite good for the little hamster.
I don't know what the
Possibly, yeah.
visual. I've not really looked
Yeah.
into the visual range.
So I think they're nocturnal, most hamsters. So they're
cost.
gonna,
Sorry, cost 175 quid to do that.
what, 195?
175.
How much was the
I mean,
hamster?
weird taxidermy is nothing new, let's be honest. And
Sure.
I don't think that was a beloved animal. If that was a beloved animal, I think you've got to be a psycho to do that to it afterwards.
Yeah.
The reason I'm laughing is because of how absurd it is.
It is absurd. It
It's-
looks silly because
and it looks
they've,
crazy.
they've dressed up like a stripper.
Yeah. And again, I just don't know how.
Like,
I
it's
don't
very-
know how you'd find such a slutty hamster like in life.
Also,
Yeah.
that made it to the news, which suggests that they wanted.
Yeah,
attention.
Of course they did. Yeah,
Yeah.
Probably went viral. Like, do you
Is
think
there an OnlyFans?
if you
for the
maybe
hamster?
yeah, there's got to be.
It's always the same fucking pose.
If you went into a friend's home, and you
Change it up
saw,
a bit, man.
Come on, I've seen the poll.
if you went to a friend's home and then
Yeah.
you saw on the floor a rug, but it was like their old dog. You know how you get those like tiger rugs, but their heads like there and
Do they do
but their
that for
paws-
dogs?
Sometimes.
Well, what if you saw someone
Some people
who
do.
did that? What would you kind of
I'd
Not
I'd
dangerously.
be like,
Would you leave?
holy fuck.
would you get out? I feel like I would be like, this is weird.
This is
what you've done,
crazy.
and one, it's on the floor, and it's only a
Yeah.
small dog.
I'm amazed.
I would ask them about it. I would be like, so
What's
what is
that?
the story here? Because
Yeah.
if you
Are you
haven't
stepping
got
on
like
that thing as well? Why not mount it to the wall or something? I mean, how big is the dog?
What do you mean? If there's any dogs taxidermied in a house at all, I'm gonna be like, this is
It's
a
weird.
alarm bell.
Yeah,
Not
but, then-
maybe. Not,
but if it was just literally limply on the floor, like as a little rug, it's like, and it's, you can see it's a little.
I
Dead
find it kind of odd
base.
as well. Like if you were to get another dog, and then that dog is just like walking around on the previous dog's
Right.
carcass.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird, isn't it?
Yeah. That is.
my
weird.
mate in Somerset, he had this like barn where we used to play music, and
Yeah.
he had a leopard's head and like a boar's head
Not a leper.
in that barn. No, a leopard's head,
Leopards.
a taxidermied
Fell
leopard's
off.
head. Like,
Yeah.
and he didn't know where it came from. Like,
Oh, right.
It was like a family heirloom or something.
Right,
And he's just
okay.
like, yeah, it's just always been up here. I think his dad probably knew. I think it came from like his granddad or something.
Sure.
But like, it was just full on just a leopard head, like mounted on a wall. And yeah, so like, it's bizarre. People start have weird stuff on their walls for like.
I
weird
find
reasons.
taxidermy fucking weird.
It's
I think it
creepy,
is strange.
especially bad
Yeah.
taxidermy is really awful.
Yeah.
Like
It was rarely good. Either.
Rodents and,
it's
like,
like
kind
that's a
of
dead head that you've severed and put on
otters.
a wall.
there's loads of taxidermy in the milk thistle down the road.
Yeah.
And there's otters and stuff, and they
Is that
never
a-
get the
Is
eyes
that a
right.
cocktail bar?
It is. Yeah,
That's
they-
a weird thing to get drunk and look at.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy, and they never get the eyes right. The eyes are always a bit warped.
Just put marbles in.
But
there.
I don't think I'd get a pet taxidermied.
No.
I don't think I would.
I think that's the
But I
difference.
have
Like
considered it.
old pubs, like there's plenty of those in England. Old pubs have a lot of taxidermy around because like that was a way of decorating a pub hundreds of years ago. I'm guessing, like decorate, bring the outside.
So a little
in.
bit of space over here. Let's put animal's head on there.
Or like celebrating a hunt, like because all the meat from that deer might have been used in the kitchen or whatever. Like, and then you would then mount that and say like, hey, there are these these huge deer have been served in this pub. I don't know, but like after a
Let's
while,
put a tawny owl in the corner.
yeah, that sort of. But like nowadays, it does feel a bit like. I think we're not too far away from people who care about having taxidermy stuff in a pub from never caring again. You know what I mean? Like, I think we're
They always
the
look a
last
bit
couple
dusty, don't they?
generations. Yeah, mainly you're like, oh yeah, it's one of those pubs, rather than like, oh sick, let's find one of those pubs that's got like the stuffed owls in it. You know, like you
What
don't
do you
go
think is the weirdest creature to taxidermy?
a reptile. No, not a
Well,
reptile.
the reptiles I think would actually stand up quite well.
An
'Cause obviously
octopus.
the issue is that
Some form of
some form of
aquatic
jelly
animal.
kind of creature.
Yeah, the jellyfish.
I don't even know how you would even approach that. I guess you'd have to create the molding first and just wrap this. 'Cause
It's all a silicon mold.
it's just not going to work, is it? I mean,
no.
it's interesting. I mean, I'm almost wondering whether
Encase
that
it in resin.
exists.
An elephant?
Jelly
Scale?
taxidermy.
Rice.
Scale, taxidermy elephant.
I've seen elephant head taxidermies before.
Yeah.
In like the big tusks and stuff on the
taxidermy a
wall.
jellyfish?
Is that what you googled?
No.
They
stupid
preserved it. They preserved it inside like this like
Resin.
silicon
Oh, yeah,
or resin
resin
cube.
cube,
That's
yeah.
That's a good way to do it, I suppose. That was on our no stupid questions. Can you taxidermy a jellyfish?
Yeah.
It's not a stupid question. I guess. Yeah, I really genuinely want to know. Not that that'd be shit.
You can preserve anything, right, in resin. for a bit.
I suppose.
Someone
So.
preserve that hamburger.
But
You
what
see
if
that?
it's just like a dog head? That would be fucking weird. I think I would
Would
judge
you
the
cap
person.
the end, or would you show the spine and
No, you put like a silver kind
like
of
a
disc,
Pringle can
like a
lid?
Pringle can lid. Yeah. No,
On the end.
that would be fucked up.
Yeah.
I'd judge the person for doing that,
I wouldn't taxidermy my pets. No.
especially not into a stripper. That's disrespectful. Like that
Sky
hamster.
burial's the
Why
only
does
way.
why does that hamster now have to live its after? Well, I guess it's not living its afterlife. It's dead, but its living memory is now as a stripper.
Some cultures
Do you think
will
that's
hire a
kind of-
stripper to dance over the dead body. You see videos of it, don't you?
Which
Guys
cultures? Dancing over dead bodies.
Getting,
Yeah.
People get like
Twerking
strippers,
on it.
like twerking in the face of the dead
It's
body.
because that's how they wanted to live. That's how they lived.
Yeah,
Is
they're
that-
like maybe they were a pimp or a
They
dancer.
used to go to
or
the strip
something.
club all the time.
Yeah, literally. That is the reason behind
And
why
I
some people
got-
hire strippers for
I
funerals.
got their favourite to come out and
That's
dance on the
through
grave.
this article.
Is it?
Yeah. Britain's oldest male stripper shares weirdest jobs, including 250-person funeral.
Oh, that's a lot of people to.
There's a lot of
A
people.
lot of
Dance.
covers. A lot of covers. That
Stripping
in there.
It's the best night we've had.
That's yeah, a lot of notes. A lot of notes coming in the G-string today. Fucking hell. A male kissogram.
Sorry, just before we move on from
Oh, sorry,
this,
yeah.
this is actually quite interesting.
Go on.
We have a person watching that works in the Dutch Natural History Museum.
Oh, yeah.
And they do taxidermies live in the museum. This is called Naturalis. They've taxidermied an elephant before.
I imagine they would
And
have
the
done, yeah.
skin alone weighed more than 400 kilograms.
Oh my god!
Almost half
Yeah.
a metric ton.
That's crazy.
About the size of a small car.
That's
Yeah, I'd imagine so,
insane.
yeah.
Fucking hell!
Yeah,
That would be
crazy.
so difficult to do. So do they have to like build a frame structure for it first,
I assume
It's a
they
suit.
would have to.
and then just cover it in its leather?
I don't
Or
know the
skin.
process.
You have
but
to take out all the flesh, I think.
Yeah.
But you have to then somehow try and preserve the musculature shape. So, like, yeah, it's hard. It's hard to do well.
That's a video idea, I guess, for
It's
us.
a bit of a lost art.
Should we try
Yeah.
and do our own taxidermy?
I'd like to be taxidermied.
We could
Human
we could
taxidermy.
arrange
No, I
it.
think that has been a thing
has
in
been a
some
thing.
museums. There may be.
Have you seen the guy that's
Is
like
mummification
on
the
the
same as
motorbike?
that? No,
No.
that's not. That's just preserving.
Taxidermy, you fill the body with
Cotton wool.
formaldehyde, I think.
Carnivore.
mummification, you take all the organs and things that rot out, and then you basically,
Cover
I think
them
you
up.
like beef jerky them. Do you
Oh.
cover them in salts to draw a lot of the moisture out of the skin? I remember we got
It's
taught
a whole
about
process.
mummification.
Yeah, I knew a lot about
Yeah.
mummification back in the day. Like
Yeah.
they
Just
pull
in
the
case we
brain out the
needed it.
nose and shit.
I think it was weirdly, it was part of our curriculum. It was like
Yeah.
part of the natural history curriculum, right?
But
Like,
why the brain out the nose though?
because how else would you get it out?
They couldn't really cut the
Get a
head, I guess.
blender
But
in there
you
or
think that you
Huh?
drill a little hole in the back of the head and slurp it out like a Slurpee. Get a little Dyson on it.
They
That
didn't
existed
have
then.
Dyson back then.
Wait, what? But they built the pyramids. I'm pretty sure they had
back
everything.
then.
I was just a Henry
Just
Hoover.
a bloody Henry. And his face
And the
was
suction
sad doing the brain slurping.
We've been using Henry's brain slurp.
I've weirdly my TikTok now has a mortician just randomly pops up
What's this?
and just answers questions about how mortuaries work. Which
Oh.
is very odd. Like, how do you transport a dead person into the casket? How do you reckon that happens nowadays?
What?
Wait. So there's a
They've
dead
done
person.
their job of like making them look presentable.
Yeah.
Right,
Put
okay.
them in their little suit or dress,
Yeah.
and then they've got to move it from this table to the casket.
Right.
What do you do?
Like use a tray?
Stretcher or like a. You just get a couple of people on board and grab it, lift it,
There is that.
or do
option.
you use like splints?
Ramp. They're on the tray.
Oh, like maybe
on
like
the tray,
a
you put this.
You start really high up.
a series of
And
wheels.
then you just tip it
Yeah.
down. They just slide down, like in
Some supermarkets.
Thunderbirds when they got in
Oh.
the little like shoots.
Loads of rollers underneath. Maybe
Would
like
you believe it?
Right?
That is not right at all.
Do they get? Do they get?
how different could it
paper,
be?
Strong paper that they put under the corpse before they start preparing it.
Greaseproof paper.
Greaseproof paper.
Yeah, just in case.
Then they
Yeah.
put it into the coffin, and then they burn the paper away.
Yeah.
Oh, like magic paper.
Close.
Like flash
It's like,
paper.
yeah, flash
yeah,
paper
yeah.
for magic tricks.
It's actually just wheelie tables,
Yeah.
and they put it underneath this lift. So they have a lift of 3 straps that they bring down.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, like
and
a
then
pulley
they
system.
put
or-
them under the body and
Yeah.
then lift the body up and then
And
put the
just-
casket underneath,
Yeah.
lower them in.
Ah.
It's weird, isn't it?
It is weird. It is
Like
weird.
morticians
It's such
and
a like.
so morbid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also it's just like it's one of those professions where you're almost everybody else doesn't have to think about it. You know, like as in
Yeah,
like
it's out of
you're,
sight.
You're acting beside society, doing a different job. Like you're dealing with something that most
Yeah.
people.
Would
Don't-
never dream. of.
The
Yeah,
other thing I
yeah,
don't get
yeah.
is
Having
like
to deal
how
with
you
that
get
shit.
into that industry.
Well,
Is
that's
it
why
like
it's
Well,
so
so it's the
family-driven.
fetish,
Is it
obviously. It's the
family?
fetish thing.
right? It's either a kink or a family thing.
It's got to be a fetish thing, right?
I think that if you're getting into it fresh, it's definitely a fetish thing.
Yeah, I feel like I really want to do this. No, nobody really wants to do this. Why do you want to do this?
I like to think that there definitely are new people who would get into it who want to do it as part of like a respect,
research as well, or
for
like in
life
terms of-
thing. I
That's-
think there's
that's
an
what it is.
empathic. I think
It's
there's an
like- it's a
empathic
respect
element.
for
What
to
about
it.
someone who just does
Yeah, yeah.
forensic analysis on like bodies that have been like butchered or like kind of
Well, that's a different
attacked?
job, isn't it? But we're talking about
Yeah,
people
but
who
that's
prepare
fucking
bodies
weird.
for them.
That's even more
The
because you've seen like
mortician
the
has
Yeah.
to make that body look good if they're doing like an open casket,
Yeah.
which is pretty fucked as well.
It's
Well,
like,
I mean,
yeah, their
often
version
they
of
are
good. What if
family
they-
driven, though. Often
What's-
they are families because of this. Because it's like you need to live it to be able to probably deal
Yeah.
with it and
Be
understand
conditioned.
it. Yeah.
that
Like
it's
there's any
okay.
kind of gruesome job, like you
Yeah.
know, working in an abattoir or
Yeah.
like
Well,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
that
Or
which would be-
farming really is a good
Yeah, there's
example.
a lot of
Like,
or
death
just
in
being
it.
a vet who has to put down like animals
Oh,
all the time.
God,
which
I
is
guess it's
miserable.
quite good
Yeah.
to get rid of the fear of death if
Yeah.
you're like in that industry.
Yeah, I suppose so. You become numb to the idea of it,
Here's
and
another
I
one.
suppose it's like
yeah.
Get the grease through paper. We've got to move it to the casket.
I think it
there
probably
must be a
gives you
documentary on
appreciation.
these kind of the psyche
Yeah.
behind someone who has to do these
Have
jobs.
you
'Cause obviously,
seen-
like
Yeah.
I imagine, going into it, they probably are quite affected by it, but they
Mhm.
get over it over time. It's like there was a documentary about people who did the Facebook like verification of like photos that were like reported, and how many of them like had PTSD from the shit they saw.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if someone's dealing with that stuff in real life as well, they must fucking go through that shit as well,
Yep.
like PTSD wise.
Yeah. I mean, it
It's just,
affects people.
We don't have to see dead
Yeah.
bodies in the streets
Yeah.
all the time, or
Yeah.
like
Well, yeah, it's the police as well. The police deal
Yeah.
like, with it constantly.
Are you
You know, like
worried
the
about-
amount of dead bodies you see as
Yeah.
a new policeman in your first 2 years of work.
gross.
I mean, you're probably going to see one in your first 2
Yeah.
years of being a
Car
police
accidents.
person. I mean policeman
Do
as
you
a general
think
term.
the funeral industry's in danger?
Funeral industry's in danger.
Because like, what if people just stop dying and then they haven't got business?
I think people run out of money to pay for funerals. Funerals are really fucking expensive, and
Yeah, but what if people stop dying? There's no product then.
Do you have a preference between burnt or buried?
huh?
Burn me.
You want to be burned?
Burn me, spread my
Burned or
ashes somewhere
buried?
and grow me a
Make a
tree.
choice.
Oh,
now.
burn.
You want to be burned?
Yeah, because I'm an organ donor and they're going to whip it all out anyway, so it'll be a mess.
I'm also.
I kind of want to be buried though. Just in case.
I think I've changed my mind. I think I want to do one of those fungal burial
Yeah.
things. I would love to.
like a tree, where a tree grows or
Yeah.
something outside. Well, yeah. Or,
Yeah.
Be part of that network.
Exactly. I think that's pretty cool to be part of like the network of life. Problem is, we have a serious problem with actual space for burying people, and the fact that unless you own the land,
What if we cube
you
Ross
can't.
first though?
What if I'm get fired out of a cannon? But
Across the
whole, not like in
Yeah.
pieces, like one big hole, like wrapped
want
up
to,
in cling film and
like a circus one.
Like a little meat,
Yeah.
like a lamb joint.
yeah.
There he goes. The gammon steak that used to be Ross
into the
Hornby.
ocean. There he goes. Off the cliffs of Dover.
Yeah. I want to be fired off the cliffs of Dover, and I want
He's
my
hit a
ashes
berry.
to be mixed with red, white, and blue, like colouring.
Yeah.
And then I want to fire it out.
Oh, like
I want
a
sovereignty written along the side of the cannon. And I want to be fired across the channel towards France in one final, like.
What about like
Yeah.
a smoke trail as well? That'd be nice.
Huh?
Would you
A
like to
little smoke
explode?
trail.
Explode in the air?
No.
Like a
Fireworks.
Or
fire-
like
an
inside,
actual
if you pack my body,
and then chunks. Yeah.
Several people
Yeah.
died from rib
The
cage.
P&O next to it is just like, what the fuck? There's loads of chunks on our boat. What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
I'd-
But no, the green burial thing is very much a common trend right now. Like,
Yeah,
I've
for
heard
sure.
about it from other things, and I'm like, oh, that's
Give
And
my
would you like to be
carbon
buried
back to nature.
upright or laying down?
I want to be vertical.
Vertical, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like,
I
yeah.
want to be looking up.
yeah.
I'm going to try and die in like a.
Yeah.
like I'm going to.
like Han Solo.
Wait.
Like as if I'm.
Don't pose me.
Don't pose me!
Mortician, keep it like this.
Yeah.
I want to die like I was savaged, about to
Yeah.
be savaged by a bear.
I want to be put into a time capsule so that when they think it's a time capsule, when it comes out, it's a dead body. It's just me as a dead body. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And then a load of newspapers from the year.
Yeah.
And it's all
Yeah.
the Sun,
What's
Daily Star.
Yeah.
What's a good spoof casket, do you think? Like, as in,
Oh, I
like,
don't know. It's just
what
like,
way could you, like, what thing could you
What?
bury yourself in to disappoint people, archaeologists in the future?
Oh, I don't
What if I
know.
was buried inside a dinosaur suit?
yeah. Or like
a-
a giant leg of a bone.
Yeah.
They can't really like attach it to
We
anything.
don't know what this is.
But it's huge. It must be like a T-Rex or something even bigger. It's like,
they open up.
it's just like, it opens up and just my
sake.
body flops out. Limply flops.
What about
That's
a
a
fake
well-preserved
UFO?
body.
Yeah. Well, no, it's going to be juicy in there.
Oh, okay.
He's all slurry.
Yeah.
Fake
all in the
UFO?
fact. Yeah.
Fake
like-
UFO, yes.
So like, I'll be buried inside a disc.
I want someone to repurpose my body and bones to reconfigure it to make it look alien.
Oh my god.
Death body mods.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
death
turn
body
me into
mod.
look an alien-like creature
Do what you like
after
with
I'm dead.
I want to be a turducken.
Use me as an alien prank.
Yeah. I
So
wanna
there's still the
confuse
fleshy
shit out of
reality.
the Mexican authorities.
Yeah, there's a fleshy reality to it, but also, what the hell? That's like an upside down skull. It's been like
Yeah.
moved. What's this
That's
extension here?
alien.
And someone just went to town with a bunch of skeleton bits and just replate and reshapes my body.
God, that rib does fit there in the eye
Just super
socket.
glues it together. yeah.
Incredible.
That'd be weird.
I mean, they could freeze you the day you die,
Yeah.
and then
That's
you could
service.
wait like 50 years,
Yeah.
and then on
Well, you'd be
thought,
waiting-
Like,
you can
say
wait forever.
I was your partner. I froze you the day you died, and then in like 60 years' time, I could unfreeze you, and then I could be like Captain America and be like, oh, you're as beautiful as the day you died because I've had you frozen.
Yeah.
So
It's the same. Yeah.
crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't age. You'd be
Well,
dead.
there are some people
but you
who
wouldn't age.
just have their partners just kind of
What?
rotting in the same room as them.
Yeah, that's really weird.
But that's more just like a.
Yeah. What I'm suggesting
Kind of
is
a
normal,
sad
but that's
scenario.
strange.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
I don't think it's strange. Well, it's just like the elderly, like they don't want to have to deal with their loved one being dead, so they just kind of pretend they're still alive.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant that when people have like their family
Chosen use the name.
preserved and like put in like a
like
box
when they
and
have
stuff,
like world leaders, like
Yeah.
well they used to.
I think
Have been
one of the
formaldehyde.
king-
You can all go see them. It's like great.
Yeah.
They look like wax like models, but they're actually
Exactly.
They were once real.
Peter's
Was it,
More talkative now, aren't they?
Like one of the Russian
Yeah.
tsars had like their mother embalmed and like
Those-
kept in a box, like so they could see her every day and stuff. Really strange.
I feel like Western culture in particular is very terrified of like
Lenin.
the death.
Lenin was
I think everyone's
preserved and
terrified.
displayed in a glass case.
Dope.
Maybe we should, as a 3, see Hat Films forever. Who have films?
We could
oh
get
shit!
like
Of course,
we could get like
we're
Zoltan.
only internet famous.
You know the great Zoltan? No,
Yes,
I will
yeah.
tell you.
Oh yeah, we
could get animated.
torsoed. we give
Start
out
doing a famous hat film.
give out wishes, AI predictions.
Yeah, good day.
Yeah, just use the AI voices.
Yeah.
Of our
Eat
wishes.
shit.
Current leaders on display include Lenin, Ho Chi Minh, Mao Zedong, I'm probably saying these are wrong, Kim Tu-sung, and Kim Jong-il.
Oh, Kim Jong-il.
They're all just preserved and just ready to look at. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Give up your
kind of weird.
Give that carbon and that energy back. It's wasted.
They should do it to Boris Johnson so we all have a go at spitting on him. Cunt.
There'd be a bigger
Next
queue.
to David Cameron.
There'd be a bigger queue for that than seeing the Queen.
Yeah, it really would. It would
David
just say,
Beckham.
what are you all queuing for? What's
Why
this
are you
for?
crying,
It's been
Beckham?
weeks. Oh, we were all lubing our mouths up ready to spit on fucking Boris Johnson, the fucking twats.
Jeremy
No
Corbyn,
way.
skip the line.
Yeah, I skipped the line.
Go ahead, mate. Go
Drama.
ahead.
It's
You
been
deserve-
some controversy.
He's been lifted forwards. Yeah, they're all
carried.
carried. Go on, mate. Go on,
Jeremy.
good flop.
Go on, Jeremy.
Get him.
Look, his hair still looks kind of floppy.
Yeah, it's all matted against his forehead because of the amount of flob.
Sticking gum on him.
Yeah.
I can't
Just
tell if it's a
disrespect.
bad tax.
Gum or phlegm, that's it. Move on. Move on.
Oh, I thought he was all right.
Someone's got a glass of piss.
Anyway,
No piss. Come on, we said gum or phlegm, you bastard. Right, you're arrested. We set the rules. The rules are clear.
No orange glitter.
orange.
No glasses of fucking.
Takes us a while to clean the bodies. Come on.
It'll melt his body too quickly if you all chuck piss on him.
You're in the wrong.
alright?
Maggie
Stop it.
Thatcher's on that queue. Sorry, you're in the wrong place. Oh shit. Okay, no way.
Welcome to the Flobarium.
Floparium. Yeah, we exhumed a lot of these bodies just so we'd all spit on them.
It's a new wing of Parliament.
Yeah.
The Flobarium will be
And through
open.
that door, we've managed to get an exclusive one from America's Kardashians.
it?
Oh no way.
Jimmy Savile. Jimmy Savile exhibits opening next year.
Oh, sorry, it's flooded right now. You can't go in.
It's flooded with glasses of piss.
Everyone keeps pissing in that area. Anyway,
gross.
that is it for today on Hat Chat. Would you believe?
It's not a bad sketch.
Sorry,
idea.
those are called communist mummies. That's quite an interesting name for them. Communist mummies.
Commie mummies.
Commie mummies.
Commie mummy.
Commie
Commie
mummy.
Oh.
Anyway, you were wrapping it up. Go
I am,
wrap-
yeah.
keep
Thank you
wrapping.
so much for listening to Hat Chat today. I hope you've had a great time with us. And started off with farting and ended with
Spitting and
spitting it.
throwing glasses.
The
of
Flobarium.
piss. The Flobarium.
So,
yeah.
you know, our standards are pretty high nowadays for
Yeah.
Hat Chat. If you'd like to support us, the only reason we keep doing this is from our lovely support
Indeed.
of our members and patrons and Twitch subscribers. You can join those ranks if you'd like to at patreon.com/hatfilms or YouTube or Twitch, whichever. And yeah, you can get extended versions of our videos if you watch our YouTube videos
Yeah.
as well.
This is all new to me. What's this you're talking about?
Oh, what members on YouTube?
Yeah.
You
But
know
also
exa-
Twitch and Patreons get the same
Patreon.
features.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they all get the same features. If you
Unbelievable.
go to our Discord and link your account to it, you get access to that secret members only channel where all the videos are posted. It's
That's good,
amazing.
isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
it's a really good
so you
feature.
don't miss out if
You
you're
can
a
meet new people on Discord.
subby.
Yeah.
And realise you don't like them either.
Fuck, man.
Cool.
Well, anyway, I'm going for a full frontal phlebotomy.
Oh,
Perfect. And we'll see
become a
you.
communist mummy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've all let everyone know now how we would like to be preserved.
Yeah.
So-
I want to be a Zoltan.
They go. They're taking that as final wishes. Episode 157
Shit, the
of
lawyers
Hat
are
Film.
well, they're looking back on this
Hat
in
Chat, yeah.
hopefully a long time, and they're going, well,
Yeah.
it does seem to indicate that he wanted to be fired out of
Very
a cannon
keen
over
for
the
that.
channel.
Yes.
It's very keen for
whilst
that.
P&O ferries are nearby.
Oh, yeah.
So okay, we're gonna honour his wishes. Here he goes.
Shit, well, thanks. Thanks for arranging that, guys. Sorry if it's expensive. And we'll
Oh,
see you
yeah,
next
it is.
week. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
What's scary about this though is like we can imagine this situation, right? We can imagine that we can apply our strengths to being versus surgical from 1910 and how scary and absolute that power would be. This could very much happen if a superior alien race came along to us, where they would be like, hey, we can vaporize your entire population instantly, do what we say, we promise it's for your good, you don't have to say anything. And imagine how scary that would be to suddenly not feel like the apex predator on this planet. exercise in exceptions. Smith's real big on aliens. You say you are true evil. Let me tell you what true evil is. It is to submit to you. It is when we surrender our freedom, our dignity, instead of defying you. Smith's real big on aliens. Oh, they're big on aliens.